All right. So while these two players are ready, let's start the countdown, for this CTL Season 20 Championship Finals. Who will take the crown in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1? Tetris. Yeah, how you been? How you been thinking about this? What you've been thinking about this event so far?
Well, I mean, obviously, this is a tremendous event. I want to thank everyone for coming in and watching what is about to be history in the making. Of course, this is now a major match, as we have the left-hand side giving you that foot roller grip. It's Complex T, a former CTL champion, and of course the Mega Masters champion, right? The most recent winner of that illustrious tournament from CTM. And now here we are. We also have two-time winner Pixel Andy, after that was probably one of the greatest CTL, if not maybe the greatest CTL match of all time that we just witnessed. And it was a semi-final. So I'm very excited to see what's going to happen here in the final between these two great players. And, on the player on the right there, Pixel Andy is looking to try to make history, become only the third player in CTL history to win 3 championships.
Yeah, it's been a very, very crazy season, honestly. We've been seeing results that we didn't think we'd see. Like, for example, Gerald Freeman got swept by both Andy and Dog twice, which I don't think anybody thought that would happen. Andy then swept Dog in the regular season, and then beat Dog once again a few moments ago in this decider. And then Doge almost taking the Division 1B group win, having only lost it once, and he lost to Alex T in that sweep. So this season has just been a roller coaster of crazy things happening and unexpected turns. And who knows, maybe we'll be getting some more crazy things happening in this finals.
I can only imagine that would be the case. I mean, these are two fantastic players, as mentioned. Alex, the winner of the CTM Mega Masters, which was truly a monster event. There was no max out left behind, so it was 78 players that participated in it, and Alex was the last one standing and got the huge prize pool. And now with $1,000 in the prize pool, thanks to a lot of people, especially K9 watching Tetris, did a tremendous job helping fund this super event. And yes, I will guarantee, as you mentioned, Peak, $100 more will be added before we pay out players. So you're looking at least $1,100 in the total kitty, which means 50% of that will go to the winner. So you're looking at, we're talking $1,100, about $550 a change for a winner. Wow, that is tremendous.
That is a lot. That is almost double what we had in season 19. And just been great seeing all the generosity from everybody. And K9 watching Tetris saying K9 the VIP, perhaps. No, but
honestly, we should give K9 the channel at this point. He's a tremendous supporter. I mean, should just hand over the channel right now to you, K9. Like you're doing so much for not only here, but obviously throughout the entire Classic Tetris community. You've been a huge supporter over at CTM as well. And hey, listen, everybody loves a good K9 fights lately. The K9 Fight Club has been picking up some steam too. Wow, K9's all over the place. Love that guy.
Yeah, definitely. One would say the main sponsor of the Tetris community, with all these contributions and everything. But as we've been talking, these two players have been having a really good game. 423 with from Alex at 86 lines. That's stupid at burning. But Andy at 493 at 100 lines. So we're seeing a potential for a 600k transition from these two players. Alex T opening up this Lombard dependency. So yeah, it's going to be crazy to see. We've been seeing some incredible, not just 18 and 19 efficiency, but also 29 efficiency from these two players. Do you think we might see, and we didn't see this in season 19, but do you think we'll be seeing a double 39 double kill screen?
I think so. I mean, these two players have shown that they certainly can play at that level and be able to get there. It's a matter of, when will we see it? Maybe we'll see it in this first game. Who knows? You got 500k for Alex, already going on that left side. and 563 for Andy, who needs a little bit of cleanup to do, but certainly looking at over 600k transition. And we just saw, Andy was actually like 3 lines away in that semifinal decider before getting to 39 double kill screen. So, and we know Alex can get there and certainly can play it. So time will tell. This game number 1 will give us kind of an inclination of what we are in store for here, Peak, and I am very excited. We're going to go off and running in just a moment on that right side first, and then Alex will join shortly. And here we go.
Yeah, Andy will transition at 616. Scores a Tetris now, 640. Another Tetris there. Nice T-tuck there from Andy. 664 as Alex T still level 18. So it is going to be interesting to see what these two kind of decide to do on the 29 speeds, because a lot of times we've been seeing some early burns, keeping things kind of scaling, I guess you could say, before we reach the later levels. But I feel like with the efficiency that we've been seeing from these two, who knows, maybe it'll be like just straight from the off the bat, just straight Tetris after Tetris in the 29 speeds. But we'll see. 700,000 points now from Andy, 650 from Alex T, who is behind by 2 levels in the line count.
Yeah, so obviously it's going to play a factor into how this one is going to run through. You can see a little bit of a drought going on. That's why we love Max Out Club in this format. You can kind of see the droughts occurring and give players, a little bit more sense of urgency as to knowing when to burn and when to get aggressive. And certainly, and also the real-time scores are playing a factor. When you talk to a lot of top-tier players, they discuss, they want real-time information. They want to be told, how close am I? How far away am I? And the Max Out Club certainly gives that advantage to all players in equal footing. So love it, love it, love it.
And yeah, Andy would love some good pieces here to burn this down as efficiently as possible, forming a bit of a drought here. 21-piece drought from Andy. He is Tetris ready, but after that Tetris, he will have to be dealing with some burns. Gets that Tetris, 883 for Andy, 806 from Alex T, who's still behind by almost 2 full levels into the line count, and he's only behind by 80,000 points. So in terms of real-time lead, Andy has it, but in terms of pace, this is Alex T's advantage.
Yeah, and if you're Andy right now, the biggest thing to do is make sure that you just keep scoring. As you mentioned, there is the line disparagement that's going on, about 10 lines. It's about a level difference, and there's that wonderful capture that you're going to get here from Andy and the Maxed Out Club Retro Run. They are absolutely hand in hand. They love them. But at the end of the day, Andy knows, got to put the jets on at this point, because when you get to double kill screen, when you get to kill screen first with a 29 to 38, it is daunting. It can be jarring, and you just have to be ready to go. And as you mentioned, scaling can be a factor. We saw that a little bit, but in this era now, Peak, also we've noticed that the aggression is there again for players, knowing that you really don't want to take it all the way to 39, because that double kill screen is way too intense.
Yeah, and speaking of double kill screen, Alex T having the world record with that at 13 lines. So even with the world record, 13 lines is still kind of, too limiting, one could say. But as we say that, Andy about to transition with the 29 speeds here, 2 more lines to burn, and he's going to transition there with a single 1.13, taking a triple 1.14, has the lead by 148,000 points. Alex T taking a Tetris here with the max out, still at level 28. So here we go, first 29 transition of the set.
We are looking at level 30 now for Andy. Getting close to the 31 is set up there. Oh, a little bit of a hangarang. Long bar, but I think a second one too. And that's it. It's done. 84,000 point lead for Andy. But as you mentioned, Big, here is the world record holder for double kill screen lines. So 29 play could be easy peasy for Alex T. Wow. Tetris down the middle. One more Tetris pretty much should do it at this point. We'll see if he can scale it out, or will he build up, be a hero?
Yeah, he doesn't need to score any Tetris at this point. He has a lot of leeway, a lot of time to chase this down as safely as possible. And with that Tetris, he will take that game. So decided to go out, take the game in style. GG's. That was game number 1.
Oh my god. Oh man, Vitz on level 32. Are you kidding me? This kid. Wow.
I definitely am happy about this change. We do have it ready from both players though. So let's not waste any more time and get started with game number 2 in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tetris. So let's see what happens in this second game. Can Andy take the or tie up the set, or will Alex T bring this lead even further down with a 2-0 victory?
It'd be very huge if Alex can do that. Also, huge shout out to K9 watching Tetris. Of course, the 1,000 bits. Peek might have mentioned that earlier, but that was a crazy play that was going on at that time. So, huge shout out there. The 1,000 bits. Peek and King, commentate the funk out of this final. That's what we'll do. Thanks to you. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you so much, K9, once again with the contributions and the donations and everything. Great guy.
You really should thank him a lot, Pete, because your paycheck coming this weekend, it's gonna be a good one. Yeah, you're gonna have a really good one coming up. I swear. It's a little backstory for some people that are watching right now. We haven't paid the streamers out for this season so far. King has been very behind on that, but this week King has been off from work. He's taking some time off. He said he's got to do some stuff at home. And one of the things was making sure that I did the books for the streamers. So this weekend we'll get another Twitch payout, and it's a good one. Thanks to supporters like K9 and several others here that always come in with bits and stuff like that. So Peek, you'll be very happy when you see your check come in.
I'll be K9 watching Tetris #1 fan. You know.
Well, I think we'll put you over the top with that rant not too long ago. So.
What do you mean? What rant? I don't know what you're talking about.
Legendary. That's right. YouTube would never hear that rant. Anyway, here, let's get score checks for the fans here, because the players already know what the scores are. 206 for Alex T, 188 for Pixel Andy. And as mentioned, Andy is looking to become only the 3rd player in CTL history to have a 3-time championship. Andy has won 2 in the past, and Alex has won once. Almost won twice. Was almost back-to-back champion for Alex T. Alex won back in season 12 when we were just doing the straight old format of just whoever had the highest points in the division would be the winner. So it wasn't until a few seasons later when we moved to season 17 where the playoff system began. And actually was Peek here, a little fun fact. Season 14 was the very first season we started doing the super divisions where, instead of having smaller groups, we had very large group. We had like 14 players in one division before we started breaking them up in the parallel groups. And the winner of that season was Pixel Andy. How about that?
And I believe it was actually a match between Andy and Dog, what we saw in the semifinals. So it's crazy to see, just how much it's grown, because I'm pretty sure back in season 14 we were seeing Dog versus Andy in the finals and we were just losing our minds by these games. And now it's season 20, just somehow, some way we've been able to bring the level up to even higher, what we didn't even think was possible. And once again, as we're talking right here, another potential for 600k transition. Ooh, Andy with these misdrops as we're talking here. That's a long bar. He's gonna be safe, but yeah, it's crazy to see how much not just CTL has grown since season 14 when we started the super streams, but just the community as a whole in terms of like play style and efficiency and nearing perfection, honestly.
Yeah, I would agree. There's a dirty Tetris for Pixel Andy to kind of just start fixing this up. Is the board cleaned up and surprisingly only down by 12,000 points to Alex, who, you would have thought maybe throughout that whole entire day could have taken advantage of that and really has not done so. So kudos to Andy for sticking that and making sure not getting too far behind and actually taking a lead at the moment.
Right now, Hannah asking, and I'm sure maybe you have a better idea of this, is there a reason Super Division stopped being a thing?
Yes. So basically what was happening is that there was an issue of, remember, CTL is for the players, by the players, and some of the feedback was that it's just too many matches, right? Mm-hmm. It was way too many matches. When you're talking about a large group of like 12 to 14 players. You're playing everybody once. So it was kind of like how a real sport would be happening, right? You know, like big, like if you're talking about in baseball or football, where you've got these, you know, large conferences, and then you would play all these teams and so on. So kind of was like in that same groove. But the feedback was that it was just a lot of matches that need to be played. You kind of like we were still kind of doing that 6-week cycle, and so players end up having to try to play, you know, twice a week in some cases, and some had to, you know, do back-to-backs a lot more often. So we kind of ditched that after a couple of seasons, and that's where the playoff format became a thing.
Yeah, it's a lot of commitment, especially in the earlier seasons. So we definitely try to make sure our players are more comfortable, you know, not having to commit too much of their schedules. And as we were talking here, both players have transitioned. 609 from Alex T, 690 from Andy. So Alex T has the real-time lead and is behind in line. So we'll see what Andy ends up doing here to try and catch back up, or at the very least match Alex T's efficiency. Alex T with these tuck sequences here.
And, you know, we'll get that in the break. K9 has a question for you, Peek, of course. What are your thoughts on Dr. Mario? I'm sure we'll hear that shortly as well. But yes, I can't wait for this exciting conclusion for this game number 2. As you can see, players are going really ham at the moment. It's 666, a double score on Alex's side before a couple of burns, give him the 669 hey now. And there's a Tetris 697 for Alex here on 22. And Andy at 732, and a Tetris to go to 761.
Andy setting up for an L tuck, gets that. Oh, misses that L tuck. I was kind of already assuming he was gonna hit it, but bit of an early shift there from Andy. Gonna have to do some burns now. Sets has an L dependency, gets that L dependency solved. Gotta be Tetris ready. A bit of a drought is forming for Andy, which looks like Alex will be dealing with the same drought momentarily. Still forming that drought. Still going. 30-piece drought right now from Andy. And a Tetris for Andy after that triple 8-12 versus Alex T 798. There you go. You can see Alex T. Ooh, bangs that L piece. Could be problematic with the efficiency, even if he were to survive this easily.
Yeah, you can see that part of the seed right there was just nasty. And, you know, people talk about how, you know, real-time information is so important. Alex probably, you know, seeing that drought counter, kind of was still playing aggressive, was not really, you know, toning it down a little bit, and certainly was able to still get out of it because his rolling is just superb. But let's see what is going on. He's down 69,000 points. We are on level 26, Andy's favorite level for his capture card, 919 to 852. But looks like we have a very clean stack for Alex, looking to roll his way to victory. Now we get out of that nasty 26, and Andy's board pristine.
Yeah, Andy with the real-time lead as Alex T is clean now and Tetris ready. So, but this is not Andy's. Andy cannot let go of the gas pedal here. He needs to keep going. Alex T is one of, if not the most efficient roller we have on the 29 speeds. And Andy is going to transition at level 29 now with a 1.07. Looking to set up this next Tetris here. Not going aggressive here, taking the safety triple. Alex T is still on level 28.
Very, very tight game when you talk about the efficiency factor that's going to be placed. Alex, as Peek mentioned, probably one of the best players when it comes to 29 play. He's going ham. He knows he's got to win this one. He wants to take a 2-0 lead. You see the build-up. Oh, what a Tetris for Andy, though. And he is... moving this along. We'll clear this out. Back at the bottom, and he's got a 100,000 point lead on Alex. We'll see if Andy wants to try to keep it a little bit calm and conservative versus the aggressive Alex T.
Andy with a bit of a messy stack here on the 29, but Alex T spires the center. He gets the Tetris there right in time, but now he has to burn this down. Andy has the 78,000 point lead, but he's also with a bit of a messy stack. We'll see what ends up happening here. Alex with a monumental survival, solving that Lombard dependency, and he is gonna stay alive. But now once again spires the center. Andy is with a cleaner board here, trying to bring this down as quickly as possible. He starts sending us some Tetris, but Alex, he has survived this and brought this down, but hey, it's 2 pieces, and this could do it. Can he get a Lombard to the left side? Gets the Lombard all the way to the left side. Another Lombard. Oh my god, this survival from Alex T. What is happening?
What's happening? This is crazy, Peak. Oh my word. I can't believe it. He should have been dead 4 times over. He stays alive and he's still going. He's looking for that Z. The Z comes way too late. Needs a square. Oh, the one thing he does is so good is these burns, but it's killing everything. And that's it. The deficit too great. Aggression needed to be done, but no bueno. No further. We can go. Pixel Andy will take game number 2 and tie this one up. We're even at 1 now. Peak of the championship. GG.
We have ourselves a match. There's no sweep that's going to be happening this time. These 2 players have made it to the finals for a reason. They're not going to be going down as easily.
Unbelievable gameplay. And I was kind of saying before, you got to give kudos to Alex. Like, really, some of the solves Alex puts together are just tremendous. Like, you wouldn't even think about making piece placements like that or set up for burns that we saw. And then in a moment of like, oh, this is it for him. You know, he misses the long bar to the left. It goes into column 2. What does he do? He'll just make sure that roll goes over much better and he gets it even higher. I mean, Alex is so good, and that's why he is the current CTM Mega Master champion.
We do have ready from both players, so let's get started with game number 3. Who will take the lead here in 4, 3, 2, 1. Tetris.
The Omnivore, of course, letting us know, you know, we had a lot of love for Alex in that last game. What about the winner of the game? Like, Pixel Andy, of course. Andy was tremendous in that one. Just, again, basically did what we said he needed to do, Peak. He needed to play aggressive 18, go really balls to the wall of the 19 plus. You got to get all those scores because he knows how sensational Alex can be on that 29 plus, and aggressiveness and those higher, you know, rated Tetrises mean so much more. You could be going into a 29 plus down like 200,000 points, but if you could slam Tetrises here and there, you can make up the deficit within a level or 2 that quickly.
Exactly, and it's great to see just how much how consistent Andy is now with like being very consistent, reaching these not just 29 speeds, but like going above and beyond, basically consistent 39. You know, we talk a lot about like how, you know, these players are easily able to reach these speeds, but in terms of, oh wait, hold on, let me see what Alex does here. Okay, he's fine. But like, you know, in a competitive setting where, especially in a line cap scenario, where these players have a limited time to score as many points as possible, we see a lot of times players maybe going too aggressive on the 29 speeds. But this season especially, we've seen Andy kind of reach that balance between aggression but also not too aggressive and remaining consistent, where he won't top out in the early 29 levels. And it's definitely played a big factor into why he's in the finals.
I mean, at the end of the day, it's a mark of a champion, right? That those are the makings of the great ones. And like we've talked about, Andy has won the CTL championship twice. He has won in season number 8. He won the season after Dog won his first one, and then Andy did win season 14, as mentioned. Dog got his second one in season 18 after the restart, after the closure of the Mu era of CTL. And while players are getting this match going, we are getting close to the halfway mark of this level 18. I actually want to go back to a question in the chat. Marfram was asking about, you know, the thought process of maybe, or the discussion that could be out there, maybe having longer seasons, much like natural sports. And the right now, it seems that a 6-week program seems to be the best fit, because it is, you know, long enough to get matches done in a meaningful sense and have a good build up into creating these playoffs type format. But I also think you're dragging things out longer will kind of deter players, because you know, when you're talking about in a tournament setting, right, Pete? When we talk, let's use CTM, because obviously it's one of the biggest ones, if not the biggest these days. When we talk about CTM, players already know, well, I'm committed to playing in a 16-player bracket for the most part. That means at most I'm playing 4 matches. You know, that's maybe like once a week if necessary, or, you know, obviously if you're talking about Masters level, where they're playing 2 matches in one sitting and then 2 matches in the semis and finals events, you know, that works out more in a scheduling type, whereas CTL, we are more of like kind of that football mentality, you know, football Americano here, where we try to play matches once a week and highlight them and showcase them, make them feel important, and do it that way. Obviously, player schedules play a factor into that. But I think right now the 6-week time length, and then, you know, we're doing this week, or now we've actually expanded playoffs to be 2 weeks. Just seems that it's much easier to get them all done in a timely manner. A 2-week playoff format, and then about a three-week or so hiatus to let players kind of, you know, get back into a groove and reset themselves, not having to like rush in to commit to get more matches done. So I think right now that seems to be a good formula. And of course, we talk about the playoff format here too, Peak, right? We changed that up, and that kind of made a difference for one player this season.
Yeah, and the wait, which player are we talking about?
Oh, we're talking about Miles. talking about Miles because, you know, we're doing the wild card system this season. So at the end of the day, that definitely benefited him, because if we stuck with the old format of just the top two and then, you know, double elimination and things like that, you wouldn't have seen Gerald and Miles play in the playoff this past season. And, you know, now Miles with the victory in that opening round against Doge actually will pick up some money, some scratch.
Yes.
So that's what I'm saying. You know, we always want to keep an open mind and reinventing certain things, but sometimes things work out in good ways. And here we go. We got transitions now, Peak.
Yeah, there goes another 600k transition from Andy. 666, 620 from Alex T. So pretty neck and neck, all things considered. Both played with a 79% Tetris rate. We don't talk a lot about Tetris rates really because you know, maybe it gets too repetitive, but like, you know, it's always really cool to see just how when two players, even through the 19 speeds, maintain around the same efficiency all throughout. And yeah, it just goes to show just how tight things are in the high levels of our players here, because anything can happen. There's no real like big gap like we would see like in Division 1 or Division 2. But like, here we go, 798 from Andy, 752 from Alex T. Andy once again ahead in lines, which is what we've been seeing this entire event, really. Andy just being ahead in lines. We saw that against Dog too.
What I like to see here is that, again, you know, Andy knows you got to try to stay aggressive here. This 19 is so important. We're in a crucial game number 3. And the game is pretty close, right? We're talking about Tetris and change. The difference as the higher the levels go, the price for Tetris. You can see right there now the sway of the pendulum is going to go back and forth between the two as they get the lumbar timing down, and the Tetris just gets slammed. So Alex currently has an 1,100 point lead, and it's going to matter on where those lumbars go. See, Andy was able to effectively use his lumbar, and there you go. So Andy right now will have the advantage. He had that extra long bar scored, and that will play a major factor in Alex there. Interesting situation. He's got a square tuck opportunity. Could have maybe set the Z for the S spin right after, but we'll wait for the square. There you go.
Andy already with a max out at level 25. Didn't double flip that, I believe was a JP, so it is going to cause some burns. Is Tetris ready for a dirty Tetris? There you go. Dirty Tetris there from Andy by looks of it, but now we're going to see with the level 26 colors and good old Retron. You know, we love to see it. Alex with the 2,000 point lead now. Less than a Tetris separating these two players. However, like I said before, Alex T is behind in line, so we'll see if this plays a factor as we reach the 29 speeds. Andy already level 27 with a 1.1. Alex T also with a 1.1, but behind by 5 lines as we are nearing level 29. Only 15 lines to go here.
The excitement is absolutely at a electric pace. We are getting close to another 29 battle. What a shock in the world of Classic Tetris these days. That's basically what you're going to get at the best of the best, the elite here in the Premier Division. Andy will get there, has a 30,000 point lead. Alex has about 4 lines to play. He can get a Tetris and get closer. It's a 40,000 point lead due to those skims. And here we go. 29 battle peak. They're off and running yet again. There's a Tetris on the right side for Alex T. If we talk about Tetris rates here, it's a 78% Tetris rate for Alex. People like to sometimes talk about that. I like to talk about the efficiency, and right now, way too many holes here for Andy, and that drought is going to kill him. And that's it. Done at 1.26 million, and the 1.3 for Alex T. Gonna take game 3 here, Peak, and now he is match point away from getting his second champion.
A combination of overshifts and hangs on Andy's board resulted in that unfortunate top out at level 30. But yeah, like you said, Alex T, just one more game and he will take his second win of the season. Or not the season, the second win of CTL championships.
We are certainly interested, Peak. They are ready to go. It's time for game number 4. Go ahead.
In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, Tetris. See? And there it is. Alex T was having a bit of a confusion if that was the right seed or not, but it looks like it was, because we are in the same piece as right now. Game 4, Alex T starts off with the Vits. And Andy starts off with Lombard Pensi. Yeah, it's been very cool to see, you know, all this support throughout all our platforms, like we mentioned. And one thing I am sad about, though, we didn't get that halftime show podcast that I could just randomly post on YouTube.
I mean, we can go and do that in post. Right? We can get like a 15-minute session. We'll call Elp over, right? We get Miles with like some fake post-game reaction.
He can do the thumbnail reaction, you know.
Yeah, that'd be very helpful. Yes, but that is something, you know, we should be adding more into, and I probably fault myself for not having that organized a little bit better. But you know, certainly adding elements of like in big shows like this, right? I mean, you know, the Super Bowl has like a 6-hour pregame show before the actual pregame show. So, you know, you got something like that going on. The World Series, you know, like an hour dedicated to like before the games get underway and stuff like that. You know, we should be doing that here too in Classic Tetris. We'd be having, you know, like a 30-minute pregame show to kind of talk about and highlight things and stuff like that. And then, you know, we have the post-game show, halftime show. We should be getting more involved in that. And I really am a big proponent of seeing that happen here at CTL, maybe in season 21. I'll hire somebody to organize that stuff.
Yeah, maybe once we get more traction and we're able to pay, maybe hire, like you said, hire somebody. We could get somebody to, like, you know, set up like maybe a highlight reel of our like a quick highlight reel of our playoff players in like future seasons. You know, maybe see. You can have multiple commentators just talk about it, like we're on ESPN. Maybe have some debates.
Like a Peek and a Peek will get you in a suit, right? You get a suit and tie, sure.
We'll have to do like debates and like arguments to the to get the viewers in. Pretend like we're fighting.
We have to. Yeah, we'll definitely bring up the topic of Dr. Mario on one of these, of course.
Man. Yeah. Since we're on YouTube right now, I will say I love Dr. Mario. It's like one of my favorite games.
There you go.
There you go.
Always the politician. And always a score check for the viewers watching at home. 332 for Alex T. 314 for Pixel Andy. We are past the halfway marker of this level 18. And it is a good one. Bunch of squares coming up. Look at that monster tower there in the center for Andy, and you can see Alex has a better accommodation for that sequence that occurred.
Yeah, very nicely done here from Alex. Solving that Spire. Andy with a bit of a, I would say messy stack, but really dependent on tuck sequences and good pieces here. Would love something for a Z-spin. Hits that Z-spin, and we'll be Tetris ready. And a Tetris for Andy. Now at 385, a dog at 404. So really, neck and neck, these two players are. Less than a Tetris separating these two. Alex is slightly ahead in line count, but nothing too significant here.
Yeah, another thing significant is this drought that we're getting a chance to see right now. We'll see if it's impending doom for players. You can see Andy kind of going aggressive, not taking the burns. He's not taking the triple. And we are getting close to the end of this drought. And there was 34-piece drought came to an end. Both players were able to get scores with the long bars after. So good ability of stacking and wherewithal to keep it alive. But you can also see, the importance right there, Peak. You see the importance of them trying not to burn doubles and triples, because that's just going to eat away at the line. Like, the skins of the singles are okay because it still gives you opportunity to keep the board clean, but they do not want to give away extra lines when each one is so precious in a match like this.
And here we go, seeing Alex T maintaining this slight Tetris lead as we're near the 19 speeds. Once again, we might be seeing another 600k transition from these two players. Andy needs pretty near perfect to get that 600k. It looks like it might just be a one-off, like a 570 by the looks of it. But still, really good game from both players. Andy doing what he needs to do to stay within striking distance of Alex T and try and force a decider. But yeah, we'll see what ends up happening. And about a Tetris, these two players can score before the 19 speeds. Andy with Lombard dependency and a drought as well, so not the greatest of times to get that Lombard dependency, but does get a Tetris into 19 now. 580, Alex T at 626. Here we go. Could this be the final 19 transition of the season 20?
We're about to find out. A couple of holes there on the bottom for Andy. Looks like eyes peeking out at you. There's a dirty Tetris for Andy. He's looking to clean that away. Unfortunately, there was not a burn available. Takes a double, and then that Lombard. Oh, he doesn't go for it. He wants to play aggressive. He knows. Got to try to get these points when you can. He had the opportunity to burn away a triple to get that right side reopened. And there is the Tetris. Down 50,000 points is Andy. It's 664 on his side, 741 for Alex T. Looking to make it back-to-back championships. The Mega Masters win for April. And here, season 20 in May of the CTL. Can he do it? Another Tetris for him to take a 77,000 point lead. Peak, we're on level 22.
Here we go. Yeah, it looks like if Andy wants to take this game, we're going to need to see what we saw in game number 2, I believe. And also in that decider against Dog, we need to see that Andy that is able to not go too aggressive, but get that perfect balance and overtake Alex T. But, Alex T is not an easy target to, not an easy person to beat in the 29 play, which pretty much an understatement here, but 790 from Andy, 913 from Alex T. So Alex T with a 120,000 point lead. Kingsman, he is doing what he needs to do here to try and seal the deal and take that championship.
Yeah, you can pretty much taste victory here. The thing is, can Andy start making the climb back? He's gotten a couple of Tetrises while Alex has been kind of setting up that left side, keeping that very well built so he can get those skins, but he's in the drought. Andy should be experiencing it. There it is. It finally shows up on his side. You can see that Alex is ahead in the sequence. So Andy's going to have to be wherewithal of the drought here. I'm sure he's probably keeping an eye on that. That one is going to be a nasty drought. We're on level 25.
Yeah, and he's playing very aggressive.
Still holding there.
Nice. Wow. Yeah, we're seeing a Tetris. Now we're going to see the retro board here. So
yeah, I feel bad for you. You're going to have to fill this in on the YouTube. He's going to have to recreate the board.
Oh, good.
Oh, but Alex, oh my word.
And neither player with a clean stack. Andy with a slightly better board, but Alex T is also doing some work here. Andy is going to be touching a Tetris there from Andy, 944. Alex T still burning, and he has 9 lines to go before the 29th transition. Looks like he might do it in time, but we'll see if he gets the right pieces. If not, this could be problematic, but this also could be Andy's opportunity to probably take back the lead if he can. 100,000 points here. Alex T takes the Tetris into 29 speeds, 1.08. Andy, one more burn. Can he survive this?
And he has just not been able to feel comfortable. The board has just been very, very tough. And he's going to need to survive. And he's going to be hanging down the left. And it's falling apart. He's done. Peak at 966. and Alex T at 1.14 million can keep going on because it's party time there in California. Someone get him the pizza rolls and the Capri Sun. Peak, he's done it.
And he is your new season 20 champion. And there you can see a little fist bump there from Alex, knowing he just won his second CTL title and has taken the back-to-back championships in the Mega Masters and CTL. But still great showing here from Andy, overtaking Dog in that decider. Probably the best game we've seen tonight. That decider. There you go, Alex, doing the celebration for.
There you go. He's gonna do the Gatorade dunk on himself. So, tremendous job. GG's there, Alex T. What an effort. What an effort. You know, Peak, coming into the championship here, obviously the championship was originally scheduled for Sunday, where we do Championship Sunday in CTL. And, you know, he messaged me and said, listen, I have a major injury. I can't use my thumb. Bashed it. And it's difficult for me to play. And we always talk about the fairness and the interest of players, right? We want to make sure things are fair, especially when we're playing for money on the line and things like that. And you want to make sure a player of his caliber is at least some form of readiness and being able to compete at the top level. And looks like those extra few days for him off to get healed have made the difference. And he's made history again. Back-to-back championship as far as CTM and CTL, two of the considered three major organizations in the world of classic Tetris, where the best in the world play. And certainly that is a huge accomplishment. And we're very interested to hear some of his comments, I'm sure, if he would like to join us in the booth. So Alex, let us know in the chat if you'd like to join. We'll get you into a VC and we can wrap it up and discuss this tremendous win here for season 12.
I need to call him in chat. I don't know if he has the commentary on. But, you know, we'll see. Hopefully he says yes. And he's got a prime.
Nope. Honestly, that's good stuff. That's good stuff there. I've had that. It's really good.
Prime, if you would like to sponsor us, we'd happily take it.
Yeah, I've got look, Paul's number. I'll give him a call after this.
Looks like Alex will.
And Alex.
Yep.
Yes, confirm. He will come and join us. So Pete, go ahead and set that up, and we will get the conversation going. I'd like to congratulate Alex personally here live on stream. So folks, stay with us. We'll have the wrap up here and speak with the new CTL champion, two-time CTL champion, Alex T. And great job, great showing from Andy, as Peak mentioned. Probably one of the greatest CTL games of all time, that Game 5 against Dog, going legitimately almost to the very, very end, where they were at the end of 38, and it was basically like lines were the difference. So tremendous effort.
Anyway, take two. Pretend you didn't say anything.
Hey, you should show my camera. You should show my camera.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna do. Hold on.
You should show my camera.
Hold on.
Imagine not using the winner scene I put here for if you're using my layout. Unbelievable.
The winter scene didn't have the audio on, so I had to improvise. There you go. Look at him go.
Look at it go. All right, so we see him work. He's working out. Yeah, congratulations to you, Alex. You don't stop, man. You don't stop. You just finished putting in the work here in Classic Tetris. Now you're right on the treadmill, man. How do you feel?
I feel okay. I'm very happy that I won. 500 or 600 is a lot of dollars.
Yeah, that just to add more bank to you, bro. Right? Because you're coming off, you know, the biggest event that CTM has, and perhaps, you know, debatably in the world, right? It rivals what CTWC can do, right? You've won that event. You took home 45% of that huge prize pool that was like up to like, what was it, $16,000-$17,000. So that legitimately right there, that amount of money is like paying for one semester of college right there for you if you put in the bank, you know? So now you come into CTL, which is considered one of the top 3 organizations for classic Tetris as far as competitive sense is concerned, and you've won that too now, right? So you've added that to your illustrious resume here, and let's talk about the season overall in general while you're working out there. Season 20 is your big return. You've been kind of away for the last few seasons. You did reach out last season, kind of towards the end, like, dude, I want to play, but it was kind of late at that point. But want to make sure that you got into this one. What attracted you back to CTL as far as gameplay?
For me, I love playing competitively. Like, it's fun playing these kill screen matches. Like, it's super intense, and it helps me. Yeah, I don't know what to say. I'm just running right now.
So he's running again to another championship somewhere else, right? So competitively speaking, you're looking at big time matches. You want to play the best in the world, like a Dog and an Andy and so on, that are competing at CTM or CTL. Really, those two are the majors that they play out, whether outside of IRL. So you come into season 20 and you pretty much dominated that group 1B. You came in and played very well overall, and that wasn't really an easy group either. You had to play Huff, you had Sidnev, you had Doge, Doge was having a phenomenal season too. Want to talk about really who was the toughest opponent you had to face in your division?
Honestly, like Doge. No, Huff, because like he put up really high scores and he beat me. His pacing was super good. Like, I did not expect that. Like, yeah. I was also scared of Dog and Andy. Like, they could put up huge scores. Yeah.
Yeah, looking back at the season here, you went 5-1 overall. Majority of your wins are sweeps. You swept just about everybody. The only one, had the one loss to Huff, as you mentioned, who just fell short of making the playoffs. But the other game you lost was to Raw Mations, who certainly as another player that has been on the rise. So again, for the most part, really, you ran roughshod over the division very easily. So then we come into the playoff, you got the bye coming in and only had to play tonight. You didn't have to go through that opening round like Dog had to play against Gerald to make it in, or Miles versus Doge. Going into the match with Miles tonight, what were your expectations? Miles has been kind of riding a high.
I was like, oh, Doge won. I would have been very scared because he's very consistent with his kill screen and pace. I was not confident going against the Miles match because of my controller, but like it paid through, and yeah.
And it definitely did pay through. You got to defeat Miles there in that opening match for tonight, and then you sat back and then you watched the Andy and the Dog match, and that was by far one of the best matches we've seen in CTL this season. And of course that game 5, what we talked about forever. When you saw the type of gameplay from Andy and Dog, were you kind of rooting to maybe play Andy, or were you like maybe Dog would be a little bit more easier to take on after such a very difficult battle? Did you have a preference?
To be honest, I was really hoping Dog to lose because like I thought he would be consistent like 1.5s, but Andy was like doing so good on kill screen. I did not expect him to do that, but like he pulled off a lot of kill screen chase downs. Yeah.
And most certainly we saw that crazy chase down there between the two of them, and then of course that deciding game 5, which was tremendous. And now here we are. You come in and really played very well, very aggressive play on that 29 plus. Let's talk about that. Peek alluded to earlier that you are the world record holder for double kill screen lines achieved. So when you go into a 29 kill screen match, right? When you're in that type of zone, do you inherently go ahead and want to build up aggressively, or do you kind of go with a scaling factor? Like, what dictates the pace you want to take into that?
Honestly, like I'm aware that these players are really good at kill screen, so I play aggressively, and I just try to take some safe burns if I can. Like, I try to do some like dash burns on 19, like while it's like holding for the Tetris. Yeah, so I just play aggressive.
And aggressiveness paid off tonight. You are now a 2-time CTL champion and have been, anytime you've played in CTL, you've been a stalwart and someone that is in the running to win every time. So it is tremendous. Welcome back this season. We appreciate that. Peek, what do you got for the new champ here?
How many calories have you burned so far?
520.
Really? That was quick.
I mean, look at him. He's like, 85 pounds soaking wet. So it's gonna, to burn too much because then he'll just, turn to thin air.
Yeah. I'm gonna prepare for CTWC, like with line cap. Yeah.
So obviously that was going to be my next question. What are your plans now in the future of Classic Tetris? Obviously, you won the big one at CTL Mega Masters. You've won now a CTL championship for the second time in a row. And obviously, I think now compared to your first one in season 12, where maybe the field wasn't as strong as we kind of see today, this one probably goes up there in the high of highs for you. Would you say?
Yeah. I'm planning out to go to Lone Star, that's CWC, like Lone Star Texas tournament in Tetris.
Oh, well, look at that. He'll be at the Lone Star. Confirmed there. He's looking to get there. And then, of course, CTWC. So those will be the next Alex T appearances. And perhaps maybe you'll see some more online content from Alex, I'm sure, as he gets into training on not only Tetris, but in the treadmill there.
Yeah.
You go.
I will be on more online tournaments.
There you go. So Alex will still be around. Maybe we'll see him again in a future season of CTL. You never know. With Alex T, anything is possible. So, champ, I'd like to congratulate you. I'm sure you have a pizza party to go to very soon. Yeah. So we'll let you go. And congratulations on this wonderful achievement. Give your shout outs and plug whatever you like to plug.
Yeah. I shout out to my friends who supported me during the CTL. Like, they helped me. And my school friends watched my CTL runs, and they were like rooting for me. So I would like to shout out to them too. Yeah.
There. So congratulations to you, champ, once again, a two-time CTL champion, and perhaps whenever you are ready to return to CTL, you can try to join the annals. There are only 2 other players that have won a championship 3 times over, and I think nowadays, whenever you win a CTL championship in this era, it means a lot more because of the type of opponents you play. So congratulations to you, Alex.
Yeah, thank you for having me. Shoot.
Well, shoot. There you go. Big. Well, that was tremendous and big news there. Alex saying that he is looking to get to Lone Star, which is going to be CTM's huge live event that is happening this year. So a lot of big talent making their way there. I'm sure that'll be a huge prize pool as well, as they are going to start cooking that. That happens July, I believe that's the weekend of July 20th to the 22nd, where Lone Star will be happening. Peek, do you have a plans to attend to that?
Probably not. I'll be honest. Unfortunately.
Well, that's too bad.
How about you?
I mean, aren't you from Texas, sir? I mean, come on.
I am, but if I'm going to CTWC, I gotta save up for CTWC and not go to Lone Star.
Well, that's fair enough. As far as the King goes, King is currently not attending the Austin event, but somehow, Peak, they're going to allow Friday nights to occur. So I don't know. I'm gonna have to put a cease and desist on that. I don't know how that is allowed at the King. They're gonna have a live friendlies event, the first ever one, and I'm not there to host it. I don't know. I have to get an injunction happening there.
Yeah, the money you can gain from the lawsuit you can use to pay out the restreamers.
Yes, that is definitely on there. I'll give you a little extra bonus money for YouTube as well.
But
nonetheless, there it is. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm watching Tetris just saying thanks, King Crew, for a fun season 20. So, yeah, thanks, King, for really, you're the main guy, the guy that like makes sure we don't sink and blow up, really. So,
yeah. Well, of course, I have to, thank a lot of people before we go off the air. So let me do that quickly, as is customary now at the end of each season. Let us thank, first of all, Peek here, as mentioned, has been doing so much of the big load, just basically keeping that YouTube channel all on your shoulders there without any type of funding or, assistance. Really, you're the man there. You've been doing a great job, and great things will be coming to you in the future. Trust me, you'll be huge in a number of things that'll be happening in the future in classic Tetris. So I can't wait for that to happen. And of course, I'd like to thank all the other super streamers that helped take on the Division 1 stuff and getting the channel some content and giving Peak ability to just download stuff and put them on YouTube. So I'd like to thank all of them. I'd like to thank all the participants, the players, right? Without you, there is no CTL. So I'd like to thank everyone that does participate here in Division 1, because it is important to make sure that we have good Division 1, because that fuels the rest of the other divisions to have people want to try to get up there and play players such as Dog, Andy, and Alex T. And of course, we got to thank contributors, right? Biggest contributor of all is K9 Watch Tetris. Without you, we would not be having prize pools. We'd be having prize pools of like $5. As Miles is pretty upset that I didn't mention him, so sorry about that. I forget that's Miles 33, right? Again, $50 contribution just added by K9, so much appreciated. Prize pool now at $1,065, and we'll go up another $100 before I do the payout. So we're looking at $1,165. So if we get $35 more, we can we'll close it out at $1,200 payout, which will be exceeding last season's payout, which was a little underwhelming, but we're so glad that that has now gone back to what I would think should be an average prize pool for CTL in the $1,000 range. So again, huge shout out to not only K9 but so many of T and Rain tonight. Also we have Colin with direct contributions. We've also had contributions from Arbaro and Somalian Captain actually with $20. Where did he get that 20 from? I don't know. Maybe Johan gave him that money. So again, we'll also thank many of you later on the CTL season awards when we do that later this month. And of course, finally, Peak, I have to thank the viewers, because without them, then we definitely wouldn't have a CTL, because nobody would be watching. So I thank every single one of you, and hopefully make sure you do stay notified with this channel. Make sure you stay tuned with the Discord and so on, because it is very important that we have that engagement and keep this channel running at full steam. So again, thank you to all of you. Pick any final thoughts from you, because you're the man, brother. You are the streamer here.
I would like to thank everybody who hasn't hated my commentary, not just on Twitch but on YouTube yet. So it's gonna be fun. It has been a very fun season, honestly. It's been I feel like I've been talking a lot about this every time we finish off a season, but like I feel like this season was the first season in a while that I've actually stepped up and started being more active in the Restreaming community, and it's been a lot of fun. It's been great to keep being active and keep trying to contribute as much as possible and help make CTL better than as each season passes. And I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in, hanging out with us. Like King said, if nobody was watching, we wouldn't be having a CTL. It'd just be me and Kingsman commentating over, I don't know, some random person just alone in a VC. But yeah, love you all,
Right.
guy. I talk about like, I don't want people to think I'm like this angry dude that rants all the time, but love you guys and everything, and I love all the support that I've been getting and that we've all been getting. But, that's my final thoughts.
Yeah, of course, it is well deserved, because you mentioned you put a lot of time and effort into doing a lot more stuff here in CTL, and that's why you're kind of up there with me in that level. We kind of bounce a lot of things off of each other, and again, we're looking at making that YouTube a lot stronger. You've done a lot of work over there, and it is starting to pick up the pace again. I'm looking. I check every day. I see those engagement and views are getting up onto a very good average, about where we were before the shutdown. So obviously the next thing will be to provide more content with adding the playoffs and obviously some of the other lower division playoffs and some other good matches there. That is part of the reason why we're starting to move into having more content on this channel here on Twitch, so that way Peak has more content to add to the YouTube. So sometimes you don't have to think, you think, oh man, Division 1 only gets all the good stuff. Well, that's not true. We're moving into that direction, that we want to have the other divisions start getting some notoriety too, because if you are planning to be up in this tier of the Division 1s, then certainly we got to showcase you. It's kind of like having the minor league system and bringing up those great new players and having people start to get on that bandwagon and build a good storyline as well. So
Yeah, I guess all that's left to do now is look for somebody to raid, and I already have somebody to raid, so.
perfect. We're going to go see Dawson Graham, who I actually got to see not too long ago for the first time. Very interesting young man there that is picked up rolling and has maxed out with the rolling technique and is now kind of showing his prowess. So maybe we can get Dawson to join Classic Tetris League, because now he says that he has a good setup that he can stream more often. So convince Dawson, come and join CTL Division 5. We're waiting for him. Peek, sign us off.
All right, good night, everybody, and thank you so much for an amazing season. That is all. Later.